99 showed up. Obasanjo came into office. All of a sudden, Nigeria opened up. 12 years of democracy. We grew and we developed. At the same time we were growing and developed, Nollywood grew and developed. The music industry grew and developed. All of a sudden, we're winning awards. All of a sudden, we were winning awards. I was in Europe, and the Nigerian won the MTV Europe Awards, Channel O Awards. All the awards in Africa, we dominate completely. We started making movies. We started making movies. People said they were not good, they were lousy. I said, it doesn't matter. You make those movies. You make those movies with petty cash. You have no access to capital. You cannot go to the bank and borrow money and make the movies. The system doesn't recognize you. It's terrible. The system doesn't recognize you. So we make movies with petty cash. Kids off the streets with ₦1 million. Raised it by 10, 15 different people. Made a movie. They made ₦2 million. So they made ₦1 million profit. But it employed people. Kids were off the streets. Kids were singing and dancing. Because all of a sudden, there was hope in our land. Democracy is a wonderful thing. And as we take advantage of those opportunities, and as we grow and develop, the history of Nigeria is the history of Silverbird. The other day somebody said to me, what difficulties did you have? The difficulties I have are the difficulties any Nigerian has. If they grow, I grow. If they develop, I develop. If the banking sector grows, I grow. If it's ₦5 million for share capital of a bank, it's bad for me. If it's $1 billion, it's good for me. The more money you have, the more money I have. We all grow and develop together. I cannot be all by myself. Democracy is a wonderful thing. Don't you ever pay attention to those who carry guns and knives and want to destroy one another. Democracy is a wonderful thing. A lot of you have never seen bloodshed. A lot of you didn't pay attention to the Civil War. 1 million people died. 1 million people died. Families were torn apart. Families were torn apart. Husbands, children, men, women killed unjustly. So I'd say to you today, the reason why I'm taking my time to explain this and not talking about Silverbird is because kids need to understand the future is bright, the future is here, the future is now. You must pay attention to the society we live in today. You must pay attention to your education. You must pay attention to the value system. You must pay attention to those older than you. You must pay attention to those who help you, because if you pay attention to them, you have a chance to be somebody. You ignore your elders, you ignore those ahead of you, we have a problem. The Niger Delta is one. The Niger Delta is one. We must pay attention to the kids. If we don't pay attention to them, they will pay attention to us. And like I said many times, you don't have the money to buy enough bulletproof cars to protect you from being killed. We must pay attention to the youth. You have to pay attention to them. That's my constituency. That's my constituency. All of this means nothing. All of this means nothing. I'm 54 years old. I've worked 30 years in Silverbird. But if I become the company and the industry, then we have a fundamental problem. We have a fundamental problem. I'm glad the CBN governor is here. We must not be locked out of the economic structure. We cannot be locked out of the economic structure. 75% of Nigerians are under the age of 35. 75% of the age, they need schools, they need jobs, they need hope. We must sell hope and give them a chance to be successful. We have worked for 30 years, built a company, and I want the kids watching this on TV, you're live on NTA, AIT channels, and NTA and Silverbird television. 100 million people are watching this. This is seen all over Europe, Africa, and North America. This is a live broadcast. It's seen because it's important. And for millions of you watching it at home and 5,000 people here today, I want you to know you will not be forgotten. And I want you to know I will fight for you and I will fight for the cause to make it possible for you to have a living. I will stand beside you to the very end because I have no choice and because it is the right thing to do. Mr. President, I'm going to ask you for one favor, just one favor. Mr. President, I want you to do what no president has ever done on the continent.